Hi. Hey, this is Doris. Um, I wanted this screen here to say positions because I wanted to talk about that next, but I couldn't. Somehow the computer's not letting me do it. Um, like it's stopping me. So I'm gonna get this message out because of the reason I'm being stopped. It's like a feeling. Um, Positions. It's the place where, or the arrangement of something. Now, this is what we talked about labels, which basically stumbles some people. Don't let it. Just go on with it. Okay, keep going. And we talked about symbols, which stop a lot of people right from the symbols. Realizing that symbols is just a symbol, good or bad. Um, let's go to the next one. When I guess the final goal is if people were more had a higher vibration, the world would be a better place. Okay, that's a lot of people do that. They call it awakening, things like that, because they want the world to be a better place. That's why they do it and spend so much energy working on it for themselves or for the world. They want it to be better, and they think it um, somewhere in their lifetime went towards the negative side for some reason, but they wanted to go back to being good again. Now, see, I get stumbled with this of the flow coming to me. That's the reason why I want to get this out. Okay, let's start out with chakras. Okay, that's a 2009 picture of a chakra. When they first introduced America to chakras, they mentioned, you have 7 chakras. Well, no, there's 5 of them they didn't tell you about in there. So, if you're not up to this speed, most things out there talk about the basic chakras. But there's one, if you look at this, there's one in your sexual, there's one in your emotional, there's one in your phobic, there's one in your healing, and there's one in your mouth. I was reading from the bottom up, the red. Find these charts. There's a reason why we weren't supposed to mess with those ones. Because the reason why they didn't give them to us is because the article I read, God knows where I found it at, somewhere in my life steps, it said that those are the important chakras, and they didn't want us to mess them up. Now, the old Chinese who gave us this, I'm not sure. I'm just using that as a stereotype. But whoever gave the science to us, this is good stuff. If you get into chakras, this is good stuff. But they did leave out those 5, only to protect us, or was it to protect us and they used them against us? That is what this tape of focus I'm talking about is. Now, when you go to any religion, when you get baptized into any religion, there's a when you have a choice, there's a practice, an arrangement. Bow your head, kneel, get on your knees, kneel, bow your head all the way to the ground. Every single religion has a movement or a position. That's why I wanted to call this position. Has this position to arc these chakras a different way. Now, I know that from going up this adventure where my life's on of learning this stuff, I found that a lot of the government stopped some of the dances out there. A couple of the Indian dances and maybe the bliss dance, things like that. And it's hard to find information on things like that because of that arrangement of the body, a placement towards the sound. I don't want to leave that out of my mind while I'm thinking about this. But every religion that you go to has this. And you say, well, I don't go to religion, Doris. I I meditate. So basically you opened up all your chakras at one time because you lined them up. Still a position. Still a religion. Well, I don't do that, Doris. I do yoga. Holding your chakras in a certain position by breathing deeply. It's the same thing. Now, if that was a position that you could put your body in, um, that would be the that would be the attack moment, or the insertion. If anyone who's been through any kind of ritual, I don't care if it's a baptism or whatever it is, or a yoga position, a meditation, there's a change. Now, you might not be sensitive enough to know that, well, I did that and there was no change. Well, maybe you're not sensitive, but some people that are sensitive in those areas can feel the massive change of their frequencies going up or down at that moment. Now, the point I wanted to make out was when I could see, if that makes anything. When I went from one religion and went to the other religion, I wanted to baptize my kids, but I did not want to baptize them at the church I was baptized with because, well, Mom and Dad died, and that just brought too much sadness to walk into that building for me. Now, what I did is I went to a different religion and baptized my children with me together. It's how we were raised. But the moment, it's kind of like, if I would say, explain it, it's like some of my visions were held back because I was in place A, and then I had, after baptism, that night, that next morning, I felt like I was taken to another place B. But during the transition, I was fully awake, because I wasn't underneath the wing of one, not until I got to the wing of the other that moment. And maybe because I'm sensitive, I felt it. And that's the reason why I'm thinking, of all the things that the government, well, anybody, the controllers, of all the things that they touch on, they never let you stop getting baptized. They never stop those people, hey, don't do that. Because they need you to do that. In my opinion, they need you to move. They need you to say those words. They need you to use these 5 chakras. The sexual chakra, the emotional chakra, the mouth chakra, the healing chakra, and the I can't find the other one. But they need you to use these 5. They've never stopped you, because I think that's the gateway of how to stop the frequencies to raise. And that's just an opinion that I have. Which I guess I'm not supposed to solve, because I don't have that on my... But I just want to let you know, you do realize that each religion allows the bending of the back of the chakras, the opening of between... well, for example, what does that mean? Okay, let's say you have a heart chakra and your throat chakra, and your heart's sending a bunch of love, and you bend your neck back, and inside there is an injection of hatred. So your mouth says something, but your heart doesn't agree with it. It's disconnected. So that encounter at that moment in life should have been great, of 2 connections, but instead, because of the bend over in the bow, you said something that somebody took as defense and ran away with. I think I'll go back to this later, but I just wanted to get this tape out. Does anybody else feel this difference? That this is very important, those areas, or why they left those out, and why the position of every religion is allowed to, or mandatory to, take different positions to open up, like turning your body a certain way, like you do in any kind of positions of religion or meditation or yoga or anything like that that you do, or the position of separating the chakras to a place of, like I said, talk about this. I still got some things over my mind I have to go over. Thank you.